couple of years ago, Fender Custom Shop released a MasterBuilt version of this guitar. And this is what I call the Guitaristas AmateurBuilt. First time I'd ever made a guitar from scratch. But here's the end result. And what I thought I'd do here now, today, is review it with a critical eye, so we can actually assess how good a job I've made of it. I don't think I've ever seen frets as skinny as that before. I'm going to do a close-up of this. This is embarrassing, really. What a pile of... No, it's not, actually. It's really good. Hello, thanks for joining us. Welcome to the Guitaristas. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to review this. It's another of my Joe Strummer signature guitars. This is what I call my AmateurBuilt Joe Strummer signature, which is based on his 1960, I believe, Fender Esquire that he used kind of around about the London Calling and the combat rock period. It's not his best known signature guitar. That's this one, isn't it? The Camden Garage relict one that you know he's seen using in most pictures, I think, isn't he? But this is another one. 1960 Esquire. Esquire, of course, being one pickup. Now, here's the thing. A couple of years ago, Fender Custom Shop released a MasterBuilt version of this guitar. Just 70 were made worldwide. Very accurate relicing, you know, MasterBuilt. You know, they're done by one of their craftsmen, aren't they? You know, made to be as accurate as possible. 70 guitars worldwide, with a price tag of a mere $15,000. I mean, it came with a case and case candy and everything, but yeah, $15,000. That's a couple of years ago. 70 worldwide. I don't think it was that popular. I can't imagine why. And in fact, to this day, you can still buy one. Guitar amp and keyboard centre in Brighton. I've got one for £12.99 English pounds, which is about $15,000. If you're interested, you can still snap one up. Now, I'm a big Joe Strummer fan, as you might know, but that was a little bit rich for me, so hard pass. And you know, I thought it was a bit stupid, to be honest with you. I mean, people criticised the Fender, the other one, which was £1,500, I think that, not 15,000. That cost 1,500, and people were very critical of that when it came out, saying he would have thought that was a stupid idea. You know, Joe, he would have thought, you know, he wouldn't have agreed with it. His principles, he would have said, nah, stupid, capitalism or something, you know. So $15,000 is ridiculous, really, as nice as I'm sure the guitar is. So I'm trawling the interweb, I think, trying to see how many people were having trouble selling them. And I'm on eBay, and I came across some, you know, discounted, as you might expect. And I came across a couple of people that had built their own. So I thought, oh, there's an idea. There's a thing. And I came across someone selling the pre-made, custom-made, custom-relict bodies. So I thought, there you go. That's what we'll do. So that was the start of something. And in fact, it was the start of something. It was the start of an 8-part series, over 4 hours of content, I think it is, over on the TV channel. I'm doing that because I'm going to put the address there just as a quick flash now. But I'll tell you later on how you can watch that. This is the result of an 8-part series where we built it over on the TV channel. And this is what I call the Guitaristas AmateurBuilt Joe Strummer 60s Esquire. It's come out pretty well. It's coming. Oh, well, I'm pretty pleased with it, to be honest with you. First time I'd ever made a guitar from scratch. From parts. You know, there was no serious woodworking involved in this. But basically what we did over the series is we sourced and ordered and then put all the parts together in you know, great detail. You know, all the banging, all the drilling. No, there was a bit of there was a bit of filing and stuff. I just said I'll tell you how to watch that later. But here's the end result. And what I thought I'd do here now today is review it, just like I do all, you know, all the other guitars, with a critical eye, so we can actually assess how good a job I've made of it. And of course, we'll plug it in and we'll hear it and play some Clash-inspired music, no doubt. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today. You know the score. If you're in a bit of a hurry, it'll be probably going on for a bit. So timestamps are all in the description box. So don't be afraid to skip forward to just hear what it sounds like or whatever. If you've got a little bit of time on your hands, go and put the kettle on. Get yourself a drink, some beverage, snacks, beverages, I don't mind, snacks, whatever you think might help you. Probably half an hour or so, I reckon, today. What was I going to say then? Might help you endure. Yeah, I don't know. Look, let's just get on with it. Okay, let's start with the specs. It's a traditional T-style build. As I said, I bought the body pre-made, so it was pre-painted, pre-stickered, pre-reliced. No parts. I put all the parts on it, all the ferrules and stuff. But the body, yeah, made of alder. So before we go any further, let's weigh it. Here we go, in pounds and ounces first. £7 9 ounces. And that, of course, is 3.45 kilograms. So it's not an especially light one, but it's certainly not heavy. The neck on this is an all parts licensed by Fender neck. You know, not expensive. I didn't spend a lot of money on this, it must be said. I just thought, oh, an all parts neck. And this one called to me because it's got a, well, it was called a V shape. And I thought, oh, a nice soft V. It does feel nice. Let's have a look at the profile and measurements on the screen now. Okay, here's the neck profile and measurements at the 1st fret. And here's the neck profile and measurements at the 12th fret. So yeah, it's an interesting profile, that neck. I think it's a sort of thing you might either love it or hate it. What I've noticed is I do a lot of full-on bar chords, and it puts your thumb in a sort of a weird, uncomfortable position for full-on bar chords. So I'm not so sure about that now. And the other thing about this neck was the frets. When I got it, and I'll show you now, I'll do some close-ups. These frets look really skinny. And I was a bit alarmed at first. I thought, blimey, I don't think I've ever seen frets as skinny as that before. I'm sure I have, but I did wonder about maybe getting another neck. So I think that might be my first criticism of this guitar. I think that the idiot that built it probably should have spent a little bit more time and money, actually, choosing the neck. This was really a cheap option. I think these all parts necks, about 130 English pounds, I think, off the top of my head, something like that. I looked at the Fender Road Worn series, and you know, there are a lot more. You know, in the Warmouth necks and stuff like that, they're two or three times the cost. So I think next time I'd probably go that route. And in fact, this is probably an ongoing project anyway, so you might see this changed in the future. Because there's a couple of other things about this that I'm not happy with. I suppose, well, staying on the neck, I bought a pre-slotted bone nut, and I spent quite a lot of time, you know, bedding it in, getting it to fit so that the action was right. I'm happy with the job I did there. You know, I'm no expert setting up guitars, but you know, I worked hard at it. And just a little bit of B-roll here just to show you how hard I worked at it. Filing down, because it was pre-cut, it also had the radius of the fingerboard in it. This is a 7.5 inch radius, by the way. And the bottom of the nut was also had a 7.5 inch radius. So because I wanted to file the bottom of the nut down rather than the nut slots down, what I decided to do was file the slot in the fingerboard down, which worked, but I probably didn't do it properly, or the best one. I probably didn't use the best method. And what I've ended up with is a little bit of, I'm going to do a close-up of this. This is embarrassing, really. But there's a little bit of slack either side there, where I've obviously hit the sides too many times. So I'll probably rethink how I'll go about that next time. I'll probably do some research on how to actually do it before I just set about doing it. This series, this build series was a lot of fun. It was about, well, let's just make it up as we go along. And if you watch it, you'll see what I mean. It was by no means a how-to video. It's how I did it, a video or videos. So there's that. The tuners are great. There's nothing wrong with the tuners. They're Goto vintage Cluson style tuners, so very good. I didn't skimp or scrimp on those. I did, however, I realise now, put the decal. Made the decal as well. There's a whole episode of how we did that. I've done it in the wrong place. I've done it wrong. I think this is where the earlier Fender Esquire decals went, with an earlier style. So correct for Fender Esquire string tree. However, Joe's was a 60, and having looked at the pictures of it, it's in a different place in 1960. So I fucked that up. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely a case for replacing the neck and doing it again more accurately. But apart from that, it plays fine. Right, so moving on, this is a traditional Fender, proper Fender ashtray style bridge with brass saddles, which is my favourite. I don't think that's correct as per the Joe version, but this is what I had in me box of tricks, so I put it on. You can't go wrong with these bridges really anyway. The pickup was another thing I had already in me little box of tricks, and this is a Seymour Duncan 1/4 pounder for telly pickup. So let's take some readings. Here we go. Right, the pickup, 15.74K, that reads. So yeah, it definitely reads on the hot side, doesn't it? And the inductance, 8.15 Henrys. So there you go. Now this has got traditional, as far as I can tell, Esquire wiring that I copied from the internet. Let's have a quick look at that. Now obviously, if you watch the series where I make this, you can actually follow me completely wiring this thing up. Or building every part of it. Drilling all the holes. Screwing things into the holes. Wiring them. And everything. So this is the wiring. The knobs come off. See, just like a proper one. Right. Do you know what I've just done? I should know. I've just actually undone the wrong screw. What twat. Put that back. That's actually hold switch on. This removes the control plate. Here we go. put that back on. Right. Okay, here we are. I used CTS 250K pots, a pucker 3-way blade switch, and 0.47 caps. And I've followed the wiring from a diagram, a proper Esquire diagram that I got on the internet. So let's screw that back. Let's plug it in, and now let's go through the switch and hear it, and then we'll have a play. See what it sounds like. See you in a minute. It sounds exactly like it's meant to, doesn't it? Right, so the wiring. So in that position there, it's bypassing the tone circuit completely. In the middle position, the tone and the volume are in play. And in that position there, the front position, it's the dark sound, so it's fully rolled off. Now this is a version of the Eldred wiring mod, and it's got 2 caps in, as you saw. And I went away and I was thinking I ought to actually find out why it's got 2 caps, because I just kind of blindly followed the wiring diagram off of the internet. And I thought I should actually find out what that is. It's the Eldred mod. So in the front position, it bypasses that and it sends a signal through that second cap that's on the volume control, apparently. I think I'm right. So I'll just show you what all those positions sound like through the Princeton 65, no pedals, okay? So fully cranked, yeah. Completely bypassing that. So then what they say is if you put it in the middle position, it's slightly warmer with them all open. I think you can just about hear that. And then of course the tone is operational. I was a bit disappointed with the amount of roll-off on that. This is an audio taper pot. I might experiment with linear and see if I can actually hear the difference, because that's it's not what I'd call good, and also it's quite dark. You can hear that when it's fully rolled off. It's quite, and the same when you go into the dark position. And that's meant to give it a bit of a cocked wah sound, that. But it's a bit dark, that, so at another time I'm going to experiment. These are 4/7 caps. I'm going to experiment by changing those. Give it a little bit more brightness. I mean, it sounds good if you put a bit of drive, and if I add the soul food to that. You know, it's usable in. But I'd like a little bit more versatility with that. So that's it pretty much, really. That's volume control. That works quite well. So if you want to clean up, so at the moment, so don't forget, in that position the tone circuit's out of the question, out of the picture. So if you've got that. So if you want to clean it up a little bit and have a little bit of, actually put a little bit of, got to do a bit of reggae when you've got a clash guitar. Okay. I like this pickup. It's not driving too hard. Although it's reading like really hot, it's not, you know, it's not, it's buzzing a bit, as you can hear. Single coil, it's not my fault. You know what I mean? It's just on the edge of crunch. Really? Could call it clean, I think, couldn't you? Sorry. Yeah, just rolling off a little bit gives it a lovely. Yeah, it's good. I like it. And that is what the AmateurBuilt guitar sounds like. Oh, you know, I'm just saying, you don't need to spend $15,000. This actually cost, I won't spoil the surprise because you should check out the series. It's about 4 hours long. And at the end of it, I tot up all the parts. So this was constructed from parts that I bought. The most expensive part was the body. You saw how much that cost earlier, I think, didn't you? I actually ended up paying £330 for the body. And then, you know, that makes up a little under half. So it weren't expensive. And I can't imagine the real one sounding much better than this. Certainly not when I'm playing it anyway. It's the thing about guitars anyway, isn't it? You know, they're only as good as us. And this, great. Better than me. So anyway, this is a review. I'm gushing about the guitar. I'm really pleased with this because I made it. And it works. And it's the first guitar I've made, honestly. I got all the parts together and put them all together. Look, try and check out the series. It's been on my TV channel there since I started making it. So, you know, every time I made an episode, I posted it. So it's been up there for some time now. And I've only recently finished it. So what I thought I'd do is make the whole series available on demand. So that you, if you don't want to subscribe to the TV channel, you can just download the 8 episodes of this and watch them. You know, it's going to cost you, but not much. And it supports this channel. $5. You can rent it for $5 for, I think, 3 months, or you can buy it for $10. The point is of that, I'm not trying to fleece you for money. I just need a little bit of extra support for this YouTube channel because I don't have any sponsorship on here at all. No one pays me except for those annoying adverts that you have to watch. That's the only revenue that I get from YouTube. So, you know, the TV channel, it's just a thing to help, to support this. So I'd be very grateful. If you fancy watching this, you know, you can, it's as little as $5, one-off payment, that's it. If you want to subscribe to the TV channel and commit longer term, you get all the bonus content for free as I make it. And there'll be more. And there's a lot of other stuff on there as well. So do check that out. I'll put a link to the on-demand pages in the description, and I'll pin it at the top of the comments as well, because, you know, it's 4 hours for $5. Come on, you know, you might have 4 hours to kill at Christmas. Watch me swearing a little bit. Anyway, back to the guitar. That's the plug over. Okay, back to the guitar. I'm meant to be reviewing it, aren't I? What a pile of shit. No, it's not actually. It's really good. It's yeah, it's good. The neck, what I said earlier is, you know, maybe the neck, I could have spent a little bit more money on it, a bit more time on it perhaps. I didn't actually, I lacquered it, but you know what, I didn't rub the neck down after I'd lacquered it, and maybe, I mean, it's not, it feels fine, but maybe it could be a little bit better finished, I think is the word I'm looking for. If you watch the series, you'll see how I prepared the fret ends. No problems at all. No problems with playability at all. Look, there was nothing wrong with it. It's a great guitar. Tuning's fine. Intonation's fine. Neck feels fine. Caps. I'm going to muck around and change the caps at some point. Apart from that, there you go. It's that's what it is, and I'm really pleased with it. And I hope you enjoyed. Well, I hope you enjoyed the review. And if you go and check out the build, I hope you enjoy that. Please let me know in the comments, as always, down there. And that's it for this week. Come back next week, same time, same place, and find out what we're up to then. I shall look forward to your company. As always, cheers for now. Ta-ra.